Hi, everyone. We've got a great night of college basketball hoops in store for you tonight. It's a big matchup and some big-time energy in this building, and we're glad to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. It's Texas facing the Louisville Cardinals.
And you know, guys, we go back many years broadcasting college games, and it never gets old. Every big-time player makes a name for themselves at the college level, and we could see that again on display here tonight.
Well, with a guy like Freak suiting up, you know that there are going to be scouts watching his every move, but you look at the roster of both of these teams, and they're really loaded with talent.
On the court for the Longhorns, they've got Edwards, also Ellis out there. Turner is out there with Doherty, and it's Ford in at the 4 spot.
Well, guys, for Louisville in the last decade or so, it's been a bit of a renaissance in basketball. Title in 2013 gives them 3 total now. One of the premier programs in the country for sure.
And with Ford, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And, Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
Well, Greg, Louisville with 3 college national championships. The first 2 coming in the 80s. Their coach then, Denny Crum.
Yeah, they won 2 back in 80 and then also 86. The program hasn't had a lot of coaching changes. Almost everyone who leaves the program stays on for a long time.
6 to shoot. Moore dishes to Mack. Louisville needs to get a shot off. Pass to White. Fires from deep. And the rebound goes to the Longhorns. Here's Ellis. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Out of bounds, Texas will take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
So for the Cardinals, Thomas comes in for Peyton. And it's Rozier in for Sanders. Now here's Blair. They double him with Freak. Hudson kicks to Ellis. Inside, got a piece of it. And it's Moore penetrating, tries it from out. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Moore's got his first points in this one. Blair with it, out-defended by Freak. Blair, the screen. Ellis kicks to Blair. He dishes it to Doherty. Here's Turner. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And, Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there. You know, so often you can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his game. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here is Blair. Richmond outside. Warwick the pass to Hudson. It's hauled in by Thomas.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
He kicks it to Mack. Louisville passing it around. A 15-footer. Second chance effort. It's going to be 2 free throws. True contact on the shot.
Really on the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
right now, gentlemen. 2 shots. Loose shots.
It's all you, Freak. Come on, it's all you.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. So for the Cardinals, Jones checked in for Mack. Payton comes in for Thomas. And it's Price in for Rozier. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as a skill set.
More in a shooting guard. Payton is out there with Jones. Then there's Price. And it's Hughes in at the small forward.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
So on the floor for Texas, Edwards is out there with Richmond. And it's Rush in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Moore. Price kicks to Moore. Down low. And Payton throws it down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
He's checked in for Louisville. Sanders comes in for Freak. Hello and welcome back. This is college basketball on 2K Sports. And if you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg as we get set for the second half.
Guys, you know, it's been a close one thus far. Both teams have had strong stretches, but neither team has really been able to take control of the game to this point.
And guys, this is kind of like a bit of a feeling out period thus far. The second half, we should see more things open up, and that should benefit star players like Freak, who will get more quality opportunity.
Moore in at point guard. Payton is out there with White. Then there's Sanders. And it's Mack in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Texas, they've got Turner. Ellis is out there with Edwards. Then there's Doherty. And it's Ford in at the 4 slot.
One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
And for Louisville, Moore, he's in at point guard. White is out there, Payton. Then there's Sanders. And it's Mack in at center. There's a screen. Back to White. There's the 3. No good. Texas trails by 5.
Well, in Texas, the Longhorns are known for their football history, actually all over the country. They have an impressive basketball along this list, too, though. A lot of pros have come out of Texas.
Here's Ellis. Hit from the high post. Ellis has got his second bucket tonight.
Got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Now here's Moore. He's got 6. The feed to Mack. This is it to White. 4 on the clock. Off target with his 3. With the Texas Longhorn program, they've had a lot of NBA talent through the years. Greg Durant being the biggest name, but there are plenty.
Yeah, LaMarcus Aldridge is not far behind in terms of his impact. Tristan Thompson, DJ Augustine, Avery Bradley. Been a lot of great Longhorns to play in our league.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Blair.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
There's a good screen. Richmond. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
That's good from Richmond. And he can't hit the second. Price outside. And it's Moore penetrating. Oh, that's blocked. Here's the break. Moving it up. And again, here's Davis. That one's good, and the Cardinal lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Rush.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
So on the floor for Texas, we've got Richmond. Hudson is out there with Davis, and it's Rush in at the small forward position. No good from Moore.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Richmond kicks to Blair. Dishes it to Rush. Davis with a screen on Price. Richmond. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Richmond's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. And Moore kicks to early. Pass to Hughes. Fires the 3. That drops. And Louisville leads by 5.
Defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time.
And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him. A platoon swap here for Louisville. this is where it's at, folks. The college tournament ends here tonight. For one team, the joy of a lifetime will be achieved. And there's no doubt going to be some incredible action all along the way. Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We'll see the Wisconsin Badgers facing the Louisville Cardinals.
Kevin, this is the night where we are going to see some intense basketball. High energy, lay it all out on the line for college hoops. Everything these young players have worked towards their entire life comes down to this exact moment.
And you can bet, Clark, that each and every player here tonight feels the importance of this game like no other in their lives, really. A big key in coming through in a big game like this is how well you can compose yourself. How do you handle the pressure of the big stage? We'll find out soon enough which of these teams has the ability to harness all of that raw energy and focus on getting the job done.
Let's check out Wisconsin's starting lineup. We've got Kaminsky. Hill is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Decker, and it's Evans in at the 4-man position.
And with any championship game, you know that every player is going to have their heart racing for the first few minutes. That's just natural. That's adrenaline. They need to remain calm, though, and let the game come to them and kind of ease into it.
And one guy, guys, I'll keep an eye on in this one is Free. He is a consummate leader for his team. He can come out strong and play his game while keeping his intensity level up. It'll be just what they need to play the top.
Nice work there coming off the screen.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And not many people know this, but the Badgers do have one college title in their trophy case. Won the tournament back in 1941. A different time back then, but a title nevertheless.
Now here's one. Off target from outside.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Here's Hill. Double by Moore. Kicks it to Decker. Pass to Hawkins. Kaminsky sets the pick for Hill. The dish to Kaminsky. Shot clock at 6. From downtown. The second chance effort. And it's Evans missing.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
In transition. Here come the Badgers. It's good. This game is all even. Evans has got his first 2 points of the night.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Both teams will make substitutions. On defense, Wisconsin. To the middle, here's Moore. And it's Wade with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Hill against Moore. Outside for Thomas. Rozier the pass to Moore. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
The Cardinals shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
2 shots.
And the free throw, no good. And Louisville making a change here. Russell's checked in. Walker's checked in for Wisconsin. Fisher comes in for Hawkins. So he comes up empty at the line. And the Badgers with possession here. And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. Hill is out there with Fisher. And it's Conley in at the small forward spot. Fisher against Moore. And Fisher kicks to Conley. It's Hill on the wing. Tries a 3. It's hauled in by Thomas.
And what a journey it has been, really, for this whole team to make it to the college championship, especially for Freak. A few bumps in the road for him, but what a story.
Greg, you get the feeling that it's only the beginning. I mean, the way he plays and the accolades he has, I mean, you can see him having a long and productive career at the pro level.
Russell with the bucket.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Dishes to Conley. Feeds it to Fisher. Back to Conley. They double-team Conley. Right wing. And Walker gets to Conley. Hughes with the steal. And now Moore pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Throws down the breakaway jam.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when the steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
A platoon swap here for Louisville. And the big game is just about ready to get going for our second half of play. What a championship atmosphere we've got here tonight. We are just one half of basketball away from seeing college basketball history being made.
And in a championship game like this one, guys, you would have expected a close battle. I don't think either side is going to be able to run away and hide in this one.
And Greg, tight games like this are where legends are born. I mean, if a player like Freak can come up huge in this final half of play, he'll anchor himself in school history as one of the greats to ever play the game.
Moore, he's in at the point. Payton is out there with White. Then there's Sanders. And it's Mack in at the 5 down low. And for the Badgers, we've got Hawkins. He's out there with Hill. Kaminsky out there with Decker. And it's Evans in at the 4. And for Louisville, Moore in at point guard. White is out there with Payton. Then there's Sanders. And it's Mack in at the 5 spot. Out of bounds, Louisville takes possession. Cardinals, a 2-point game.
And as we see Freak and his team go for the title here, he is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a 4-time All-American selection in high school and a unanimous one at that. He's won state titles before, but this is a different animal than high school. That's not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Hill dishes to Evans. Payton on the double team. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Evans.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
So for the Cardinals, Early comes in for Mack, and it's Rozier in for Sanders. And Wisconsin also making a switch. Gibson's checked in. And so it's Louisville with it. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Moore against Hill. And it's Moore penetrating, and easy 2 points on the layup. Moore's got the lead up to 4 now for the Cardinals.
You know, one of the big questions on everybody's mind in this game is whether or not Freak will stay on for another year or go pro. I mean, usually a player with his upside would be a lock to be a one and done, but he's giving serious thought to staying.
And Freak is a guy who clearly values the scholastic aspect of collegiate sports, so it makes sense for him to think about staying beyond this season. Still, with Freak's draft stock rising, this could be his final game as a collegiate player.
This game's still very much up in the air. I mean, this is where you start to separate the men from the boys and where heroes are born.
And one team looking to ice the win, the other hoping to force OT. I think right now you lean on your stars and hit the ball to Freak every chance you get to try and come away here with the title.
Stay down. Shot, gentlemen.
Badgers shooting their first free throws of the game right now. And that one misses. The Badgers making a switch here. And he sinks the second. Here's Price. Moore outside. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the win. Moore's got 8.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas. You know, looking around, he knew one of his teammates was going to be open when they hit him with that double team. Who took him in?
And Wisconsin, who they've got. Hawkins is out there with Derek. Then there's Hawkins. And it's Cunningham at the 2-guard position. Now, here's Price. At the ball from 13. And Dawkins pulls it down.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
To tie it up, here's Wade. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime dropping delights is what I call it.
That was a nice pass. I didn't give you wrong.
Yeah, he's on the money. That's no doubt. Now here's Thomas. Moore. That one falls, going off of Thomas's feet. 11 points for Freak.
We gotta be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Post. Rotate over and make your presence felt. Quit being so soft.
Checked in for the Cardinals. There's 39 seconds left here in the second half of the game. And so they foul intentionally. It's a 7-point game.
And as long as they can keep doing that kind of work at the foul line, this lead will be safe.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. He feeds it to Matt. Yes! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
What makes him so special is his high skill level for a big man. He can really contribute in any number of ways.
And that's an intentional foul.
Hawkins. 2 shots.
One shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game. And it would take divine intervention for them now to get back in it.
And even that might not be enough.
Greg, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd have to say, guys, I don't think the man upstairs is really focused on the comeback.
And the foul called on Freak. So that'll be his second foul of the game. We're in the single bonus, so they'll have 1-1 right now and that chance at the line. And he makes the first of the 1-1. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
So it's Wisconsin picking up the win. Such a special...